What's your favorite book? I'm on my way to a local coffee shop and I'm gonna hit him with the question through the drive-thru. I'm so nervous, it's not even funny. I just ordered my drink. I've only met one girl here who has said that she reads some of the same books that I read, and I'm praying that she's here. I don't want to ask strangers. I never do this in videos. Hey, read much? Book maybe? Have I read it? I don't know. What is it? Hey, at least if it goes terribly, I can drive away. Also, I have a random question.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite book?
I just finished reading My Year of Rest and Relaxation.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I recommend that one. It was definitely a fun read.
Guys, what are the odds we run into a reader girly? That was amazing. I'm like blown away by, like, clearly she reads currently. Like, it's not like a book from 7th grade, you know what I mean? Which would be totally fine too, and I would read that. I'm now at the bookstore to not only buy the book that the previous girl just recommended to me, but I'm going to hopefully ask some of the people who work here what their favorite book is. Cheers. Let's go. What's one of your favorite books?
I read fiction. What a terrible question to ask. There's so many. There's A Prayer for Owen Meany.
A Prayer for who?
A Prayer for Owen Meany, it's called.
Owen Meany?
Meany, M-E-A-N-E-Y.
Okay.
It's just such a good book.
I'll look that one up. I've never heard of it.
And the other one is Midnight Circus. That's more recent, and that's really good too.
Thank you. I officially have my first book I'm reading. I did ask the lady who was checking me out. She was much older and I got too nervous to film her face, but she recommended a book that was like 620 pages and then another one that I couldn't find. So I'm just gonna read this one first and then try to find another stranger and ask them. But this book, I don't know if you recognize it from Book Talk. This was actually quite popular back in the day, but it's a literary fiction book, which is a genre that I don't typically read. But this is funny because the last 2 books that I've read are literary fiction and I've loved both of them. They always have the best covers, and what are the odds that the first stranger I ask recommends me a popular Book Talk book that is literary fiction? So this is My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. I've heard this author's name come out of very smart people's mouths, so I'm very curious to see what this reading experience is like. I think this follows a rich girl in New York City and she is struggling with depression, so she wants to just take an entire year to take pills and sleep, and I don't know much more than that. So it's nice and rainy outside. I have my cup of coffee and it's time to start this book. I'm excited. Good morning, guys. Yesterday I read 230 pages and I think I only have 50 left. And so far, this book is not what I thought it would be because I originally thought it had kind of like a magical realism element to it where she was sleeping for a full year straight, but she's living in like the real world in New York City and she's just getting a ton of prescription medicine prescribed to her by this sketchy therapist, and she just tries to like take a bunch of pills to be asleep all the time. That is interesting, and it is, you know, obviously pretty sad because we're following a character who is morally terrible pretty much, and she doesn't want to be awake. You can just kind of imagine who we're reading about. I was so curious to see how this book would end because she's just sleeping all year and she believes that if she can sleep through a full year, she'll just wake up a new person, cells fully regenerated, and it just felt like, what kind of conclusion would this book come to? And it was just as weird as I thought it would be. Confusing. I'm so confused. I feel like this is one of those books that you read and you feel kind of pranked after. Like, am I too stupid to understand the meaning of it? Or like, what did I just get roped into reading? It was really easy to read. Like, it took me basically a day and some time today. So very quick. And I know that this author is very famous. So I'm gonna go read some reviews. I have no thoughts for myself other than that was weird. Okay, yeah, so I'm seeing some 5-star reviews and then some 1-star rant reviews, which feels on par with what I read. Those reviews just kind of made me relive how weird parts of this book were. Kind of blocked that out of my memory. It's always so weird to be awake aware of a book for so long. Like I've been aware of this book's presence in the world for like 2 years, but never read it. My instinct on not reading it was correct because I didn't really enjoy it and I didn't strongly dislike it either. It'll just always be a thing. Like if people ask me, did you read that? I'd be like, oh yeah, I did. It was weird. Don't recommend it and move on kind of thing. But now I know what other people read when they say they read this book, and that's something. Honestly, I think I'd give this book like a 2.5 stars. Probably like a 2 on Goodreads. But no offense to the stranger who recommended it to me. If you like sad books, the writing was clearly by someone who was smart. I didn't enjoy the writing, but I think that Otessa Moshfegh is probably hyped up for some reason, and maybe I would like one for other books. Let's go ask another stranger their favorite book.
Good morning, guys.
I'm walking down the street and I'm gonna go ask some random people at a coffee shop. Okay, this guy looks good.
Hi, a random question. Do you have a favorite book?
Favorite book? Great Gatsby.
Oh, nice. I haven't read that one.
What the heck is that?
I'll show you this. You've never seen one of these?
No.
This is an Air Up water bottle.
The awkwardness of this stranger interaction was not allowing me to display my true emotion towards Era, which is that this fun little flavor pod makes drinking water so exciting now. After activating the pod by just pulling it up, I'm now experiencing flavored water through scent. So this one's a mixed berry scent, but they have other flavors. After like 5 liters of water, you can switch it out. And now I'm trying mango passion fruit. And a really good hack I've heard for finishing your books is to sit and read and not check your phone until you're done drinking your entire bottle of water. This one tastes like a Asian candy I used to eat as a kid. It's like lychee. Yeah, this actually entertains me while I read, and it makes me drink more water without any of the extra calories or sugars or chemicals. And you can use the link in the description. Thank you, Era, for sponsoring. Back to the awkward stranger interaction, hey?
I'll consider reading Great Gatsby.
You should read it.
Thank you, sir.
Hey guys, I'm at the bookstore gonna try to ask a stranger their favorite book.
Random question. Do you have a favorite book by chance?
I'd say To Sir with Love by Lauren Lane.
To Sir with Love.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Need a sip of water after that. I'm feeling hot. I have this book by Lauren Lane, but I don't see the book that girl recommended. There's this one that looks cute. I'll just get it on Kindle. Okay, I'm leaving now. What's your favorite book?
I'm a big fan of Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin.
I love that book. What's your other favorite book?
My favorite of all time is Little Women.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, I got To Sir with Love by Lauren Lane on my Kindle, and I actually read like 11% of it on my phone, which is fun because I've heard people talk about how reading on your phone can make it fly by. It's definitely true, and I actually really like it already, and it's funny because this book is also set in New York City. So far, both books in this video are set in New York City, which I feel like I've been reading a lot of books set there, but I always love them. And her writing style is very fast so far. The setup for the characters, I just was like in it within 2 pages, which is amazing. And I haven't read a fun romantic comedy in a while, which I'm pretty sure this is what that is. So this is so exciting because I've never heard of this book being talked about, and it might be like a super underrated rom-com. I'm on chapter 4. I got a 3 p.m. coffee. Brown sugar shaken oat milk espresso, but with soy milk because their soy milk is vanilla, so it makes it sweeter, with a pump of toffee nut. I meant to say hazelnut. Both are good, but hazelnut's sometimes better. And I'm going to read in the car. I'm already 21% through, and I downloaded the book like 2 hours ago, and I'm absolutely loving it. The main character that we're following owns a champagne wine store, but with like other cute little gift trinkets in New York City. And this man keeps sending her a letter proposing that she sells the place, and she's very offended at that because it's been a family business that she's been preserving, and I'm pretty sure this man who is telling her to sell it is the love interest. But she's also talking to an anonymous guy on a dating app, and I mean, I'm assuming it's the same person because that's like a trope. That's a well-known trope, but we'll see. I'm having so much fun, and I'm gonna read in my car and drink my little coffee. It's 10:30 p.m. and I'm 67% through To Sir with Love, and I'm going to try to binge it. It's so easy to read, and it's honestly kind of comforting and refreshing to just have a very predictable, safe, funny, and happy book after what we just previously read. I'm having a great time. It's all going exactly as anyone could ever expect. It's a rainy thunderstorm day, and it's just the perfect day to be reading. Because I did not successfully binge the entire book last night, I got 79% through and then fully fell asleep. But I'm gonna binge it right now.
I'm back at the first coffee shop drive-thru, and let's just say if the girl is here who recommended me Rest and Relaxation, we could definitely have an interesting discussion, but I wouldn't want to make her feel bad by letting her know I rated the book 2 stars. But I did pray that they have a taco left for me, and they only had 1 left, so it's a good day regardless, you know?
Okay, I officially finished To Sir with Love. I think the title is so funny. I don't know if people understand it. I mean, maybe I'm just not the brightest, but I feel like I didn't understand the title at first. But it's because she is texting someone anonymously and she calls him sir. First of all, before even reviewing the book, I'm so happy that this girl recommended me a Lauren Lane book because I've had Made in Manhattan sitting on my bookshelf looking so cute and pretty for so long, but never read it. But I also got this other Lauren Lane book that I saw because it looks so cute and it's also set in New York City, which is so fun. I saw a review that said that her books make New York City feel like another character in the stories, which I think is just so fun. And setting's like a huge reason that I like or dislike books, so for that, it's amazing. And then To Sir with Love, I read on the Kindle, but I have it coming in the mail. And I'm glad to learn that I actually do love Lauren Lane's writing. I will say with this book in particular, I'm gonna give it a 3 stars, which is still good. Like when it comes to a rom-com, a 3 stars can be a good rom-com and a great happy little break from real life or in between heavy books or between a fantasy book. It's just a good palate cleanser. It's like watching a fun little movie that you're not gonna think about too much after, but while you were watching it, you were having a great time. And that's exactly how I feel about it. So it might feel like a low rating, but it's a good rating. And it completed my Lauren Lane collection. I feel like I look like I'm from New York City. I look like a taxi cab and it's also raining. So it seems like Ryan, I can hear you in the video. Just choosing any old stranger with no basis of their book taste led to some pretty low rated books. Although to be fair, we got 2 strangers who kind of do read books in the same genre that I do. It just was a little bit unlucky, I guess. But on the bright side, this was a fun 3 stars and now I'm gonna keep reading Lauren Lane books. This one's 2 stars, there's not much to say. Maybe I should have listened to that guy and read Great Gatsby or Little Women. Maybe I need to read classics. Moral of the story. See you guys somewhere else on the internet.